Right? So, do you know why they're called granulocytes, students? They have granules. What type of granules?
Magic sarap.
Where are the granules found? Sige mo ikon na, wala ko ba asang granules? They're called cytoplasmic granules, right? So they're called after the properties of their cell membrane. So if you are a neutral-loving cell, white blood cell, you are called neutrophil. Your color is purple, meaning the combination of red and blue. Okay? So if you are a basic loving, or you have a basic basic na cell membrane, you're called basophil. Okay? Meaning you're a basic loving. What's the meaning of phil? Diba? Pwede mo kuya ba? Contrary to my name, hindi mo kuya ba? Okay? This is so soft. Okay? Anyway, next is eosinophil, meaning acidic, right? One, they are called your, sabi tawag nila? Collectively, they are called your granulocytes. So your leukocytes are divided into two things, your granulocyte and your granulocyte. And your granulocytes are divided into the three. Yan sila. So may primarily functions ng mga white blood cells. They protect them. They are part of the immune system, right? So what part of the immune system are granulocytes belonging to? What branch of the immune system are granulocytes belonging to? What part? Next week. So part last day just part. Hindi, nag-plus. Nag-kuha naman sila. Last day, para sa par. Next week pa rin. Picture mo kasi. Sorry, wala akong class at option. What's that to? Innate?
Immunity.
Innate na innate man. That's what?
Natural.
Innate siya. You know it? They're the first line of defense. So, saan yung opposite sa innate?
Adaptive.
Adaptive. Gusto mo nakalahin ko lang doon.
Si adaptive mo adapt.
So the innate immune system has a specific, they have a consistent reaction towards a pathogen. If wala na sila, that's it. But the adaptive can change according to the pathogen. Well, that's why it's called adaptive. It can adapt to change. The innate will just do what it does, right? Correct. Right? Sagot mo ba? Let's shoot you. Okay, wala na yung to something. So students, neutrophils are also called what? Kasi yung nanonood sa neutrophils. Masuta. Kasi yung nanonood sa neutrophils. Usually, neutrophil na talaga yung makita, right? Ano naman mo kita yung eosinophil? Because they're only 2% of the total blood stream. Unless pitungkon itong tao man ang gamit ninyo, so unless pitungkon ng tawhana, gamay na din ang eosinophil kita. Or less image na siya, don't expect to see eosinophils. Okay? So, sa mga gusto mo siya. How about you, Mr. Miss Squad, Miss Hundred? No, no, yes, sir. Huh? Very good. They are segmented or bilobulated. Ilang nucleus is bilobulated? Okay?
Is bilobulated.
Neutrophil. Multilobulated eh. Sorry, good. Saan ito ilahay? Segment, promise. Okay, they are multilobulated. Meaning that their nucleus is divided into many parts. Okay? But that is why they're also called segmenters. What else? They're also called the front line of defense. Ano man? What comes into your mind? They're the first white blood cells to enter. They're also the first white blood cells to live or to die. Okay? So students, ano ba kailangan nakabaw sa ilang segments? In some we even count the segments. Ako sa una, our teacher makes us count the segments of every neutrophil that we see. Why? Why does it matter, Doc, if that neutrophil is bilobulated? Well, that one has 7 lobes already. Why do you think that is important? Aside from, of course, you don't feel like illegal. Why do you think that's important? How about you, Salikod? Miss Klein, Miss Mayor, why do you think that's important? Okay. Why do you think that's important, student? Miss Mayor.
Daghan siya, Doc, if may infection.
Because students, it's important because how many nodules do you see will also tell you how old that WBC is or that neutrophil is. They start out by just 2 lobes, and as they grow older, as they function, they will become multilobulated. Okay? So, once they become multilobulated, they eventually will die. That is why, they can only last around 24 to 72 hours. That's like roughly 3 days, right? Tanawa daw ninyo sa lizard. Okay? Lizard. Okay, so, nga naman Doc, so it will tell you based on the amount of lobulations on your blood smear, it will actually tell you how old the infection has happened. Okay? So first, they arrive and they release cytoattractive chemicals. That's cytotoxic and cytoattractive or chemo-attractive chemicals. What do you call that process? When a white blood cell will approach because of a chemical, they're attracted to a chemical. You call that chemostasis. What's the common chemotoxic component of neutrophils? So may release a neutrophil para alam mo din eh, it's time to battle. Muro siya ganang yung ginaligi mo, sinupag kayo. Diba? So what do you think is commonly released? How does neutrophil say na, dali na, may kontra. Dali na, yung kung balik ang isla. So saan man?
Cytokines.
What's cytokine? Cytokines are the chemical attractants. The verb for being attracted is called chemotaxis, right? The thought of you're being attracted by a chemical component is called chemostasis. axis, right? Pero what chemical? IL? Interleukin 4. Diba? Pero sa daghang kay interleukin na interleukin 6 or 4, ha? 13 sila kabuk kanan niya, memorize na na.
Aray ko.
Last interleukin. Pero usually, basta attracted gani interleukin 4, ha?
Attracted.
So, funny na sila. Sa among book sa una, i-describe nila sila. Once they are attracted,
Lista.
they will do an amoeboid motion. Kasabot mo sa amoeboid. Example, ay white blood cells rin. And white blood cells ito. So, they will hold each other. They pag-analan as in yes. Amoeboid motion. Then, they would use their foot. Do you know that neutrophils have a foot, right? That's why when they cross through the tissue, it's called diapedesis. They would use their cellular foot. So cool, right? So don't worry, they do not gawas ka na diapedesis. It's more on immuno. Pero cool kayo ba? Ano ba to? I'm gonna put my foot out. So, kung diapedesis na yun ang neutrophil. Diba? So, chewy kayo. If it's not going to kill you. Okay? By the way, once they become old enough, they die, right? After 72. What do you call those neutrophils that have already died and entered Valhalla? Char. Sobrahan kasobrahan sa tanong sinopil ng mga Viking movies. When neutrophils die, they go to Valhalla.
Hindi na lang sabi.
What do you call a neutrophil that has already died?
Tosis.
There's a sa Valhalla, NAR, namamatay na ng warriors. Their final output is they become pas.
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 PUS.
Nana. Diba? Hemanthropis nana. Saan ang Hemanthropis nana?
Lab. Lab. Lab, lab, lab.
Sa kanila. Anyway. So, pas. Students, once your neutrophil dies, together with the other cellular debris, if you look at in your dictionary, that is what pus is made of. They're made of cellular debris, the fragments of the cells, then after which, together with dead and dying neutrophils, that is what your pus is made of. So if ever ganit ang formation na of pus, or there is purulent formation, purulent man ang pus, that is means two things. Either the body is about, the infection is about to resolve, kaya nangamatay na ang neutrophils, they've done their job, or the infection will continue. And always remember, the problem about with neutrophil students is that once they go into a tissue, they release mga cytotoxic na mga materials. Kasi mga cytotoxic materials, kanang fibrinolysis that breaks down the tissue, etc. That is why a wound will never heal as long as there is pus in the area.
Oh.
Okay? Kabantay mo ka ng pagbuhan mo,
Nana.
gahit pa kayo ng upo, huwag tayo magawas, then hapit na maayo, sama na ayaw, mura na Chinese New Year. Ibantay mo ang inyong discharge or inyong sputum kay yellowish na. That is actually pus. Meaning those are the neutrophils that died to make sure that that bacteria or that invading pathogen can never enter your body. Okay? So, mata na sila in Valhalla. Okay. So, next is your basophil. So, may functions of basophil students. Huh? Allergies. Allergies. Why? Why do you think they have allergies? Kailan mo Michael Jackson? Allergies! See how I said it? Allergies! Hey! What's that? Allergies! Tapos tarawa aking iwan. Hindi mo katawa. Focus on me. Focus on what I said. Not that.
IgE!
So, mamatay na ganun sila sa antibody for allergic reaction, allergy. Okay, I think that just came out wrong. But you get the point, right? So, by the way, what's the primary function of a neutrophil? A, cellular activity. There are phagocytosis.
Neutrophil.
While your IgE or your basophil are regulatory.
Regulatory. Ah, okay.
Also, they could release heparin subdownstream to help with the fibrin wall formation. Okay? Dok, ano mag-fibrin wall matadok? Think of your white blood cells as mga sundalo. What is the first thing a soldier does if naadala siya sa battlefield? Kailangan secure the perimeter. Stay with your red blood cells, they form a fibrin wall to secure the perimeter. And after that, you can biologically kill everything inside. Okay? How about eosinophil students? They are parasitic and they are involved in parasitism. Okay? Not as much is known how they do it. Okay? By the way, go on. Any questions so far? So next is the agranulocytes. What are your two agranulocytes?
Lymphocyte.
Monocytes.
Monocyte.
Monocytes and lymphocyte. So students, how will you isolate a lymphocyte? Asa next slide? Kita mo lymphocyte wala? Did you result to kita, right? What did they look like?
Tubol.
Okay? So students, in order to find a lymphocyte student, is that you get the slide and you do this. Ano naman, when you do this, the other white blood cells will be afraid. Managan sila. But the lymphocytes are left because they have a hard time running because they're lame. Grand job. Okay?
Joke.
So students, lymphocytes are unique students is that if you were to look at them, they're purple, right? Purple with a tinge of blue. Okay? But their nucleus is almost as big as their nucleus is as big as their cell wall. So, kita ninyo, basta lymphocyte nila, nagamay na lang kinag-merge in between. Okay? How about monocyte students? Natin yung sa group, nakikita ng monocyte. Kasi kita tong group, nakikita ng monocyte. Diba? Makita ninyo ang monocyte. They're the only white blood cell that has an ass. Always remember lang guys, monocytes will eventually become what? Macrophages, right? So, think of it as an inverted Pac-Man. Since they will become macrophages, kita mo na inversion niya, just think of it as the mouth of Pac-Man. Because they are phagocytes. Okay? So, where can you find macrophages? Tissue. Dok, ano wala may macrophages sa blood? There are no phagocytes in the blood because they are known as monocytes in the blood. They only become phagocytes when they are in the tissue. Do you know what triggers phagocyte formation? What's in the blood that's not found in the tissue? oxygen. So when they start to migrate on an area with infection, what happens is they will sense the low O2 tension. Once the O2 tension reaches a certain point, they will become phagocytic. Okay? Except for one place, sa lungs. When monocytes go to the lungs, regardless of O2 tension, they will become phagocytic. And they will become, sige ito kung macrophage sa lungs, dust cells. Okay, sa liver, bone coffer cells. Sa spleen, RES cells. Reticuloendothelial cells. Sa ba? Sa nerves, sa CNS, microglia. Okay, sa PNS, wala. Wala. Kaya PNS, sure. Cells are wala. Very good. Huh? So, any questions, students? So, last na kita, lymphocyte. Guys, pwede ang inyong sphygmomanometer so nag-meeting na lang, ika Saturday na lang. O yung nato sa heart. At ay kailan taon sa oras. Oh my God, I can do this. 7 minutes to go. You underestimate my power. Then I shoot you at one shot. Okay, so students, lymphocyte. Okay ra? Ha? Sa karon na ng Saturday ato ang BBB, okay? Or pwede na gananin yung iglek. Okay? So lymphocyte students, masama na lymphocytes. They're made up of T cells and B cells. Diba?
Cytotoxic. Helper.
Why they are called B cells? Why are they called B cells? Wala, sobra na ba? Kailangan mo tayo ka na sa RBA lumba. Joke. Keep it up ha, dapat inanan. Come on, how about ladies? Why they're called B cells? Because they're bad. They're bad. Is that true? Why aren't they called T cells? Or better, why are they called B cells?
Ba't iba ng bad?
Diba? They're not called C cells, kaya kung Chuck Norris cells, you will live forever. Okay, why did they kuan? Why are they called kuan? Saan naman ang ano? Sige na, what are they, why are they called E cells? Wait, very simple. Body cells.
Mo-produce of antibodies. Ha?
Okay, how about the review? Pumilyung ka daw kung tingog ni Miss Lopez. Why are they called B cells? Ansa? They make antibodies. Antibodies starts with an A. Why are they called B cells? Huh? They're named after the Bursa of Fabricius. Are you chickens? Very good. They're called B cells because they are coming from the cells. That's why they're called B cells. Diba? So, they're called B cells because they come from bone cells. Diba? From bone. Okay, they're called B cells because they come from bone cells. How about the T cells? They're called they're from the thymus, which is a primary or secondary lymphoid organ. Primary. Okay? So your B cells they have 3 parts. There are 3 types of B cells.
Ha?
via microscope. Because you can only use biochemical testing for that. Okay? So, what do you call a plasma cell? Why are they called plasma cell? Why are they called plasma cells? Because their main product is released in the plasma. Remember, these cells belong to what branch of the adaptive immunity? Humoral.
Humor.
Meaning has something to do with the release of humor. Diba? So sila yung pinaka-funny na mga white blood cells because they sense of humor. Get it?
Yes.
So plasma cells produce a large, vast quantity of antibodies. That is why they have what? O sa mga organelle, dagan sila ha? Golgi, I'll shoot you. Lysosomes? Bek, sa ilalim, isa may nakahan ng lysosomes. Ay,
Lysosome.
so plasma cells, dagan nila
ER.
ER, wrapped in plastic reticulum because your immunoglobulins are proteinaceous in nature, right? How about memory? Feeling nyo, what organelle is unique to memory B cells? What's that? Brain? May B cells yan, nasa okay?
Hemoplus.
I get it, funny si God. So, kailangan nila. So, they have less. So, you get it. They have less mitochondria. Ano naman do? Of course, these memory cells will live for years. That is why they have a very low mitochondrial rate, very low mitochondrial count. Okay? Ang regulatory B cells, they have a normal levels. Okay? Lastly, kasama itong tulong at klase sa plasmas.
Cytotoxic.
Number 8. Isa pa. Isa pa. Regulatory or suppressor T. Diba, in some books, the NK cell is considered a T cell, right?
Kaya mo
So, yeah.
pagiging siya.
So, helper T cells, so many functions helper T cell. By the way, helper T cell is also called your CD8. Why I know? Because it's the same cell that is depleted during
CD4 man, di ba?
HIV. Okay, so HIV mo, especially if it becomes AIDS, your CD4 cells are suppressed. Okay? Ano CT cells? Sa mga nagdala nila? Golgi. Ano Golgi man? How does a cytotoxic T cell kill its prey?
Ranzan.
Huh? By something called perforates. And they do one thing and one thing only, and that is to perforate other cells. So ang perforates, guys, mura na siyang missile. Think of it as a missile that is wrapped in a membrane. So once that missile touches the other cell, it will kill the cell by perforating its cell membrane. Okay? And lastly, you also have your suppressor T. Any questions? None? So let's call it a day. Maligo erase ko. Then please return your microscope.